Okay.
Nice crowd. Nice
Great
crowd.
crowd. Great crowd.
We're trying to end February on a high note.
Man, I'm telling you.
High note.
On a high note. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
I got the Celtics Cavs game in the background.
Yeah, my Hawks is getting thrashed. Well, they're not
For
getting
real?
thrashed. We losing. But we playing OKC though.
Yeah, it's a team you might get thrashed by. Coming to you live from the Sit Your Ass Down studios. Welcome to the Me and D
Pops and Son
podcast.
for that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Today is February
No doubt.
28th, 2025.
Ooh.
No doubt. No Diddy, no doubt.
No Diddy, no doubt.
We thank you all for listening to us.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this was a week for people just passing away. Legendary actor Gene Hackman found dead with his wife and the dog. That was very mysterious. He passed away at the age of 95. She was 65. There's going to be more to it, though, when
And
it
the
all
dog?
comes out. Yeah, the German Shepherd. But they had two other German Shepherds, which, yeah, it's going to come out.
Yeah, that's some
I think
foul
he
play.
passed away, and she didn't want to live without him, and she probably poisoned herself and the dog that was in the house.
Oh, wait, she passed away too?
Yeah, him, the wife, and the dog.
I thought it was just him and the dog.
No.
Yeah.
Him, his wife, and the dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a lot more. That's a documentary already.
That's something. That's something. Legendary. Rest in peace, of
I'm trying to
legendary
think of the title.
actor Gene Hackman. Songstress and Grammy Award winner Roberta Flack passed away, and I'll get into some of her classic hits in a little bit. Disco and soul queen Gwen McCrae passed away this week.
Gwen McCrae.
Clint Hill, he was the Secret Service agent who leaped onto the back of President Kennedy's car, his Lincoln, after he had been assassinated, after he had been shot. He passed away at the age of 93. If you watch the video, he's the one that ran up, jumped on the back of the car, and then kind of started directing them to get away, speed away. But he was 93 years old, and he's the last of the living Secret Service agents
from that
for President Kennedy.
Wow.
Eddie Hill, former Dolphins and Rams running back, passed away. Broadcaster Al Trautwig, ages 68, dies from complications of cancer. Chris Jasper, Isley Brothers member and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, I'll say that. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, passed away at the age of 73. And I don't know if you saw this, Michelle Trachtenberg, she was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Gossip Girl. She passed away at the age of 39.
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that.
I think there's going to be something behind that one.
Yeah, 39.
Suicide.
How old was Eddie Hall?
Eddie Hall was 67.
Dang. That's still young too.
Eddie Hill.
Eddie Hill.
I think Eddie
so,
Hill.
but...
If I said it wrong, it was Eddie Hill.
I might have heard it.
Dolphins. It's all good.
But no,
Hill Hall.
Yeah, dang,
rest in peace, Eddie. It's all bad. And just going back to Roberta Flack, some of her hits, classic hits, Killing Me Softly, The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, Tonight I Celebrate My Love, The Closer I Get to You, Where is the Love, Feel Like Making Love. Yeah, she had some hits.
She had all love. It's all love.
Yeah, it was a lot of love. Yeah,
it's a lot of love.
Catch her in the 70s and 80s. It was a lot of love. But rest in peace to all those folks.
Peace.
Birthdays and historic events. We talk about it on the day that we release our podcast, which is every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
We'll continue to do that.
Sunday.
This Sunday will be March the 2nd. Man, we're marching on to March already.
3 months into 2025.
This is crazy.
Didn't it just start?
We were just talking about it the other day. We'll be celebrating Christmas and putting up all that stuff again soon.
Back up. That's what I'm saying.
You know it.
There's some people who just now took down their stuff.
Some people still got it up. I've seen them.
Now and
they're still burning the lights.
That's just lazy.
That just means you just want to just keep them up. Just say you want to
Yeah.
celebrate
It's
Christmas year round.
it's the joyous time.
I guess so. It's gonna be joyous for that light bill too, that electricity bill. Amarin said, "I'm up a little
Yeah,
longer.
yeah.
We got a promotion,
They keep sending holiday cards to him.
right? You keep your lights on, we'll raise your bill. We
Right.
promise. That's our
We
promise to you.
That's our promise. You leave them lights on.
You leave those lights on, and we promise your bill will go
We'll
up.
promise.
We promise. That's our promise."
That's funny.
Birthdays on March the 2nd. One of your favorite players, Reggie Bush, celebrates a birthday.
Okay.
Former Heisman Trophy
Okay.
winner, later forfeited, and he did get it back
And got
this
it back
past
though.
year.
I got it back though.
He got it back. He got his get back.
I gotta get back. Get
Quarterback
back.
Ben Roethlisberger celebrates a birthday.
Okay.
Hall of Fame. Well, he'll be a Hall of Famer,
Yeah,
should I say?
he-
I spoke too soon.
He will.
He will be a Hall of Famer, but won a title with the Pittsburgh Steelers. From your Atlanta Braves, Ron Gant, outfielder,
Gant.
played for the Braves. He did play for the Cardinals for a little bit. He's now a broadcaster down there in Atlanta. Laird Hamilton, big wave surfer, celebrates a birthday. Golfer Ian Woosnam, who won the U.S. Masters in 1991, celebrates a birthday. And Claude LaRose, Canadian right winger, celebrates a birthday. So those are our birthdays for March the 2nd, and a little bit of sports history. On March 2nd, 2024, LeBron James becomes the first player in NBA history to score 40,000 regular season points.
Damn.
That seemed like it was longer than last year, but it was just last
it does
year.
Feel like, it does feel like it was like that was a while ago.
Mm-hmm. In 2012, Major League Baseball confirms the postseason will be expanded from 8 to 10 teams with an extra wild card team in each league. That's been beneficial. In 2012, also, the NFL establishes existence of a Bonnie program with the New Orleans Saints, and the players were given incentives to injure opposition. Coach Sean Payton was suspended for the 2012 season. I remember that. Who was the defensive coordinator? He ended up coming to he came to the Rams for a little bit.
Honestly, it's right there. Not a
Hey man, he was a good defensive coordinator too.
Yeah.
While you look that up, I'll keep going on. In 2004, the Pittsburgh Penguins ended their record 14-game home losing streak when they tied the visiting New York Islanders 3-3. In 2004, Indianapolis Colts signed quarterback Peyton Manning to a 7-year, $98 million deal with a $34.5 million signing bonus. At that time, that was the largest package to date. And in 2000, the St. Louis Blues became just the second team in history to win 10 straight games on the road with a 5-2 victory in Atlanta, by the way.
That was defensive coordinator Greg Williams.
There you go, Greg Williams. Yep, He ended up coming to the Rams for a little bit. I forgot where he ended up, but
he was with Cleveland for a little bit.
He was with Cleveland. He got a bad rap.
Yeah, after
there's always wink, wink, been incentives to take out the quarterback or get the star player out there, but they were a little bit too bold about it, a little bit too vocal about it, and they got caught. And so
they definitely got caught.
Sean Payton, he was suspended, and he had to pay the price for that. All right, it's not a taco.
It's not a burrito.
It's not a pizza.
It's not a panini.
It's not a burrito.
It's not a sandwich.
Let's start from the beginning. Yeah. It's not a sandwich.
It's not a panini.
It's not a pizza.
It's not a taco.
We just gonna call it right. It's a rap.
No, right.
It's a good rap.
It's a good rap. It's always a good rap.
After 20 seasons in the WNBA, Diana Taurasi is calling it quits, D. I thought that was a big story. She leaves her basketball career as the most decorated woman to ever play the game.
Wow.
With 3 WNBA titles, 3 NCAA titles, and 6 Olympic gold medals.
Ooh, it's a hardware.
Listen to these records that she holds. Career points, 3-pointers made, most field goals made, scoring titles, all WNBA selections. She had 14 of those. And
Wow.
all WNBA first team selections. She had 10 of those. She leaves the game as the GOAT.
Oh yeah, she's the
She
GOAT.
leaves the game as the GOAT.
Absolutely. Especially to have at almost every level you're having success, and then just different areas. That's crazy. As far as being part of the UConn, start being some of those historic teams, those runs, putting UConn on the map, and then what she's done in the WNBA as well. Shouts out to her. I think she picked a good time to go ahead and call it. You gave
You
everything
still
to the
have some
game.
game left, a
You
little
still
bit.
got some game left, but you don't want to be going out. Okay, you want to go out before they want you out, type deal.
Yeah.
Go out on your own shield. So like,
I'm
no
trying to
props
think,
to her.
Was she on the Olympic team, D? Was she on this year's Olympic team?
That I might have to do some research
Yeah,
on. I don't think she was. I thought it was like more current players, like now, like I would say like younger, but she might have been like as a captain. El Capitan.
I just remember seeing Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina.
Yeah, that's who I remember.
Yeah, she was on there.
Okay, I'm about to say she was probably like,
because I do remember
legendary
that kind of
figure.
being some controversy because a lot of folks wanted Caitlin Clark to be on the team, but she hadn't even played a WNBA season yet, and most of the players on the Olympic team were from the WNBA.
Right.
Yeah, it was her last, so she can say she went out on top.
Oh, absolutely.
But those 3-pointers made, I got a feeling that before Caitlin Clark hangs them up, she's going to have that one.
She's going to have definitely a run.
She's going to have the career points. She'll probably have the most field goals made, too, when you make all those threes.
She got some shoes to fill, but she definitely got the potential to fill them.
But you got to play a while to do it. This young lady played 20 seasons.
That's what I'm saying. That's barring no injury. You know what I'm saying? You get injured, that's a whole nother. That sets you back already. Not wishing anything. I'm just saying.
You're just speaking the real. You got to stay healthy.
You're a professional athlete. All those games, you could hurt yourself walking just to the car.
You really can.
For real. Just you hit that little walking down the steps. You miss a step, twist that ankle a little bit, tweak it. Season.
Then or at least you're missing a few weeks, and in the WNBA, a few weeks is a season.
That is.
They don't play that long.
It's a short season.
Yep. No, you're right. But yeah, it's a wrap for her. But good career, Diana. I wanted to start with her just because I didn't hear you talked about as much as I thought I would this week. It was mentioned the combine is kind of at the top of everybody's radar, some NBA plays. So we wanted to lead off with that tonight, giving props to women's sports.
Absolutely.
And Miss Diana Taurasi.
Mm-hmm.
From the Wild and the Weird.
The Wild and the Weird.
Last week was a good one.
Last week was a real good one. The Wild and the Weird.
The Wild and the Weird. Listen to this one, D. This happened about 3 weeks ago. A humpback whale briefly swallowed a kayaker off Chilean Patagonia before quickly releasing him unharmed. The incident, caught on camera, quickly went viral. Adrian Simonakis was kayaking with his father Dale near the San Isidro Lighthouse in the Strait of Magellan when a humpback whale surfaced, engulfing Adrian and his yellow kayak for a few seconds before letting him go. Dale, just meters away, captured the moment on video while encouraging his son to stay calm. And I quote, "I thought I was dead," Adrian told the Associated Press. "I thought it had eaten me, that it had swallowed me." Apparently, after a few seconds, the whale released him.
And yo, that's like, go on.
He was able to swim over to his dad's kayak, got on there, and they got the hell up out of the water. But just for a little more knowledge, the Strait of Magellan is a major tourist attraction in the Chilean Patagonia, known for adventure activities. Its frigid waters pose a challenge for sailors, swimmers, and explorers who attempt to cross it in different ways. I won't be out there. Nothing that sounds good.
No, I'm telling you. These are
that water and a kayak.
No, those are not the activities we partake in.
That's not that's not the kind of water though to be in a kayak.
That don't
you
even
see
sound
how a kayak looks? It's a
That little,
one-seater.
it's like that one little skinny thing. Like, no,
Yeah.
it's it's not
It's not made for the
I'll be
ocean.
I'll be there on a boat.
A
Like,
yacht.
yeah, yes. I'm talking
I
about
got to
like
be on
a,
something big. If I
yeah,
sink and
a cruise
and
ship.
drown, yeah, I got to be on something
Yeah.
major.
Nah, you tripping like that. Shoot. Especially with that water and stuff like that. But that's every like sitcom or cartoon where like you get eaten and then you in the whale's mouth and you got to figure out how to get out. What was the dang? What was it? I don't know if it was on.
I know Bugs Bunny had one
Bunny
that
had one. I know. Dang, they tickled his uvula
made him
first.
throw him up.
Yep, I forgot what movie that was where they got eaten by the whale. Man, but I've seen it so many times. But the fact that it actually happened, nah, you can miss me with that. I'm not on no water.
I'm not on the water in the kayak.
But
I'm
no,
not on freezing water
I mean,
that is so cold that if I fall in, I may die of hypothermia, which was one of
yeah.
his concerns. And it's summertime there where they are, so the water's supposed to be warmer, and he was afraid that he would die of hypothermia, not drowning, but just because it's so cold. So no, you can miss me with all that.
Bruh,
You
you
can miss me
tripping.
with
That don't
hey, the
danger.
most you can get me on, like I said, would be some kind of big boat, yacht, and we're not even going out that far. I don't have to go. We don't have to be out that far.
Okay, maybe if it's like a guided cruise, maybe something like where it's almost like it's in a park damn near, where you like a lagoon, like in a lagoon, and I get in the kayak and you can just pretty much just they already got the path for you.
So yeah, Creve Coeur Lake is what you're saying.
Something like that to where like it's almost an amusement park where you just get in the kayak and they just guide it for you. I could do that. I'm not going there with no actual. You ain't just got to worry about sharks. You got to worry about whales,
Whale.
dolphins, shoot, big squids.
You don't know what's in there. You don't know what's in that
what's in the
water.
ocean, in that
Right.
water, and he's just coming up. He's just seeing shapes. So he's just like a fish. He hungry.
But he was lucky. He said, "Oh man, that little boat's kind of hard."
He said, "Damn,
I'm spitting this out.
man, it's almost like he found like a hair in his food, or
Yeah, he got mad and spit
or you
it
got
out.
a piece of plastic in your food. You like, damn, what's hard piece of shell? You got a little shell in your eggs, so you got
Man, that will mess you up though. When you crack the egg, you don't see it.
You don't see
You
it, and you bite in a little shell.
stir it up real fine, and it's in the scrambled eggs.
That's wild and weird.
That is very wild and very weird.
Not something I want to beat. That's actually that could. He's lucky he survived.
He's very lucky.
Because I'm just thinking like drowning. I was thinking
I'm
drowning.
just tripping off the dad. He's videotaping it. He should have been trying to like beat the whale to make him get rid of him.
And how he's saying, "Oh, stay calm, stay calm."
Right.
What? I can't hear you. If you don't paddle, get somebody.
If
call
you don't
somebody.
get a like, just take the paddle and hit him and make him open up his mouth and let me out. But he videotaped it and it went viral. So, but yeah, shout out to him for surviving that. To Adrian Samankis. I think it's a Semenakis, but it's Samankis.
Andy Milanakis.
Man, the wild and the weird.
That is wild and weird.
Moving on, D, we'll talk about the NFL Combine. Some thoughts, some rumors. First of all, Shedeur Sanders not throwing, which I knew he wasn't going to be.
You know he wasn't.
And Ward won't be throwing. That's the norm these days, where you let your pro day, wherever you went to college, you have your pro day with your own receivers, people that you're used to throwing to.
Right.
That's where you showcase your talents.
Yep.
That's where in your own controlled environment versus going in what I call the meat market, with all the different tests they put you through and all that kind of stuff, critique you in a negative way. But shout out to him. He did get to this point. I know we were talking about it in the group chat. I think you said if you had to choose between the two, you would take Shedeur over Cam.
Yeah, because I'm going off of IQ. I think just quarterback making decisions, quarterback making skills. Granted, I know Shedeur held the ball a little too long sometimes, but I think
that's the big knock on him.
That was just a knock on him, but he wasn't turning the ball over like that. He limited his interceptions.
He did have 10 and 13 games.
Ooh, yeah,
almost one per game.
Was that his senior year? Last year, or was it junior? Because I know this year.
Yeah, because
So,
last year he didn't throw that many at all.
yeah. Cam Ward does. I think Cam Ward, you may have a lot more potential with the athleticism,
And the
the
arm
arm
strength.
strength.
That's what I
Uh,
like about him.
the arm strength was, they were on fire. He was a Heisman candidate himself.
For
He was
most of the
hot.
season is what
Yeah,
I'm
for
trying
for
to
the
say.
first part of the season, for real. I mean,
Hmm
I forgot, until they lost, and then they lost again. But it'll be close. I don't think you can go wrong with either or. I'll probably go with Shador. Just far as just, I think he's ready for the pros.
I think he is too.
I think he's
And I
just
think
been
he got a chip on
trained.
his shoulder.
I think he's trained and he envisioned this moment like since he probably played quarterback his freshman year and they were winning state titles.
I
So
think he pictured this when he was a little young kid
I'm
playing
telling
and
you,
haven't seen his dad play.
it's been ingrained in his mind his
Hmm
whole life, and I think he's not going to be shocked by the moment. I think he's ready for it because he's been in the spotlight his whole life. So this is not going to be nothing new to him. But you can't go wrong with either or. You can't be wrong with either or. But I'm going with Shador.
There you go. And I'm gonna go with Ward.
Oh yeah. You can't
Can't
go
go
wrong with
either
either
or.
or. Who you got? Ward
Ward.
or Shador?
All right. So Abdul Carter,
Abdul.
Abdul Carter, who most considered the best all-around player in the draft, may need foot surgery and
Mm.
shoulder surgery. Now they said neither one of them limited his play during the year. He was outstanding for Penn State, and they said in his pro day he'll show you that it's not going to be that big of a deal. They compare him to a Micah Parsons
Mm.
coming out. Would you still take the risk knowing that he could possibly not play his rookie season?
Yeah, because he trains with Michael Parsons.
Mm-hmm.
I think during the offseason, like you're saying, they're very close. It's that the passing of the torch for the linebackers there, passing down that 11. So would I take I'm trying to think of a good example because there has been players who've been injured.
Who was that a couple years ago? He had knee surgery.
That's what
It
I'm
was just
saying.
a couple years ago,
I know
and
Tua
he
got
came in and
drafted.
he played well.
Yeah, I know Tua
They
got
say
drafted.
if he has surgery now, he would be out or couldn't train for the next 8 weeks. Which I think if you go ahead and do it, go ahead
Yeah,
and clean everything up versus wait and see, and then just say in training camp or OTAs after you're drafted,
yeah.
you get injured, then you're going to miss a good portion of the beginning of the season. You could go ahead and get this knocked out now. I think I would take the risk, which it sounds like it's going to be the Tennessee Titans unless they trade down, and they could use a new face, a
Mm-hmm.
presence on defense. I would take the risk, but if I take the risk, I'm going to encourage him to go ahead and have any surgeries that he think he may need and get it over with. Go ahead and get the rehab
It's
knocked
crazy.
out.
Mm-hmm.
And that way you can come into your rookie season full strength, ready to go. We don't have to worry about any possible setbacks because if you're trying to nurse it and learn on the fly on your rookie year, I just don't think that's very conducive to being successful.
I agree too. I should go ahead, like you said, go ahead, get the surgery, get healthy, get all the way healthy. You'll have
Mm-hmm.
time. And I would take the risk on a player like him, especially if you're trying to boost or get a spark on your defense. And then this would be a good time for him to also, if you do get the surgery, you get healthy now, then you can really dive into that playbook. Should be no
Mm-hmm.
excuse by that time. Even if you're not really, you can probably, if it all goes well and you rehab right, you can probably get close to 8 weeks into the season, even, or maybe you could start the season. I don't see no longer than that, but I think as far as should be no excuse to getting in that playbook. You should be well knowledgeable of everything that's going on. So I would take the risk of drafting them, but it's just one of them things you can't call. I mean, because you can get a healthy player and they can get injured early,
Exactly.
and then if you do, or you can take the chance he does get healthy, and then and he balls out. So it's just one of them things that you just gonna just have to just make a decision. You live with it, but I'll take the decision on and the risk of just taking them.
I would take the risk of drafting him, and I would also tell him the day after, the next couple of days after the draft, after we introduce you to the media, we want you to have surgery.
Yeah.
We're going to help you get back. Even if you don't come back and you're not able to play until just say second, third game of the regular season, that's still fine. That's still early enough to, help us out.
It's a long season anyway.
It's a long season.
Like
those 18 to 20 weeks, man.
It's a long season.
It's long, but as we found out, it goes pretty quickly when you're doing what we do.
Man.
Moving on to some more NFL topics. Matthew Stafford was allowed to seek a trade. However, he and the Rams agreed to a new restructured deal just today, which I thought was very interesting because I thought for a minute, what's that, D? Looks like some product placement.
Get your access.
Get your access.
I'm back with the mango. I'm back with the mango pineapple guava.
Man, I haven't had one today, but I will be having one tomorrow for sure. It's going to be a long day. We got fights tomorrow night, which we'll talk about.
We got fights tomorrow night.
So I definitely want to be up for that. But I was surprised, one, that they were going to let him seek a trade. Well, not that they were going to let him, but they did let him seek a trade just for the simple fact they were only a few plays from making it to the NFC title game. Why would you want to let that quarterback that you went out, you traded for with Detroit, got him, you won a Super Bowl with, you're only a few plays away from getting to the NFC title game. Who were you going to bring in there that was going to replace Matthew Stafford? One, get into the playbook, learn the playbook, and help you win at the same time. I didn't see anybody out there. Apparently, supposedly, they like Jimmy. He's going to be injured at some point.
You can flick him on his shoulder and it's going to break.
Exactly.
Shatter.
Glassopolo, as I call him.
There's nothing wrong with Jimmy Garoppolo. He has shown that he can play quarterback, especially with San Fran.
He hasn't played at a high level in 4 years now?
In a minute, because about 4 years. The injury, and he's gotten older.
Exactly.
So I don't think I would stay with Matthew Stafford. He's proven that he's got you a Super Bowl. Like, we to reiterate that, but he still can play for. They had a lot of injuries the beginning of the season. He was still holding it down. Those weapons came back. You guys end up making a run, going to the playoffs, and actually started making a good run into the playoffs, beating the Vikings.
Without a few turnovers, they might have beaten the Eagles.
They might have beaten the Eagles in that game. I'm telling you, especially with the conditions like it was, the Kyren Williams fumble, Matthew Stafford had a fumble, and at the end of the day, Eagles used that bread and butter, Saquon's, but they were right in that game. They were in that game. So
they had a couple times where they should have or could have given up, and they didn't. They stayed right in it, and they battled to the end. Like I said, they were just a few plays away from coming back and beating the Eagles.
Man, especially there's not too much on the market for real. You already have a guy who can still play. You just got to give him some pieces around
offense. Family's already there.
Right.
Now, you're going to have to pay him $50 million at least.
That's what they're like, damn. We got to get this dude $50 million and shoot. He's 37.
37.
He is 37.
But he still looks healthy. I know he had a couple little injuries or minor injuries earlier in the year.
He's been injury prone for sure.
He's taking a lot of punishment too, though. Those offensive lines.
Yeah. Troy?
Well, I was just thinking with the Rams, too.
And the Rams, too. Yep, and the Rams, too.
I know the Niners put some good licks on them. Pause.
Yo, like that, he gets hit often.
He gets hit early and often, but I'm glad that he is going to stay, and I'll be interested to see what the dollars will look like. They were saying that he was headed to the Raiders just because him and Tom Brady hooked up in Montana skiing over this past weekend, but glad he's staying with the Rams. Now, this story, D, I'm so glad now Travis Kelce put us out of our misery. He let us know he's coming back for another season. I didn't want this to linger on all spring, all summer.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad,
Come on, Trav.
That would be every week.
Every week. So he is coming back. He let us know. I figured he would. Just because who would want to go out the way they went out?
I mean, that's a bad way.
Got that Mississippi LAPD Ass whipping.
Man, Mississippi mud, LAPD ass kicking. That was all bad. No, you don't want to go out like that. If you're gonna get all the way Super Bowl and get smacked like that, shoot, he might as well come back. He didn't really have the productivity he's used to having. I think he had only 820 some yards, less than 1,000, and then he only had one touchdown. It was something like he only had like one touchdown. Let me look that up because I know I had him on my fantasy and he wasn't doing nothing.
Now, a lot of the Kansas City writers were saying that if he comes back, he needs to understand that he has to come back in a reduced role, not
3
be the main
touchdowns.
person that Patrick Mahomes relies on. The Xavier Worthies and the other receivers get those catches and still play at a high level.
He had 3 touchdowns.
But just understand it, we're not going to you all the time like we're used to doing. I'm just glad he's coming back because it's, again, like I said, it's a story that's over with. We don't have to hear it all summer. And 2, I know that's not the way he wanted to go out. He's a top-notch player, Hall of Famer. The minute he retires, first ballot. Yeah, come on back, Travis. Like I said, I'm just glad we got the story over with, though.
Dang, yeah, yep. He still had 97 receptions, 823 yards, 3
He did.
touchdowns. That's not bad.
Not
Honestly.
bad.
That's not bad for just a average, like a
Because
basic
the
tight end
offense was
position.
mediocre, too.
Right.
So if you're regressing, but it looked like the whole offense regressed, truthfully.
Right.
Excuse me.
That's crazy.
Teams are trying to outlaw the tush push.
Man, the tush push.
I call bullish. If you can stop it, stop it. If you can't, don't be mad.
Stop it. I think it has to do because you can't stop it. If anything else was that efficient, they would be probably looking at it too. But they're thinking like, oh man, they have a gained advantage and stuff like that. And then
Buffalo picked up on it. They put their little twist on it. It wasn't as effective as Philadelphia's, but it did work.
It's just like the fumblerooski. No.
The fumblerooski dude.
Right. But if it works for the Philadelphia Eagles because they coined it, they block it so well, they scheme it so well to where, and then you got a quarterback there who got the horsepower.
Man,
600 pounds.
He could get down low and push it in.
Russ, that's what I'm pause. And then
Big pause.
Yo, we might have to retire. That was hilarious. But no, yeah. But for real though, like he's squats 600 pounds with that offensive line. One thing the Eagles do, they pay attention and they put the money towards the trenches. They prioritize players that's not necessarily the pretty players. They finally got Saquon, but they spend a lot of their money in the trenches. And it paid off in that D line and that offensive line. And then you got a guy like Jalen Hurts.
And you got a young defense too. You got Cooper DeJean. What was the dude on the other side? The other safety. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Quinn. Anyway, like you said, they put their main dollars into the blocking.
Yeah. And where it counts, man.
Where it
really counts.
Mm-hmm.
Where you really win and lose games, as we saw in the Super Bowl, because shoot, they were just throwing up regular schemes on KC, and their D line was getting to them. Like, they weren't even throwing nothing crazy.
They didn't blitz one time.
They were just getting after them.
They just got after them with a 4-man rush.
Now you tell me you can't control a football game if your defense is doing that.
I've never seen it. Seen it. I don't know if we'll see it again to that effectiveness and that much efficiency.
But
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, but I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
Sorry, I forgot the whole point. But
with the tush push,
yeah, the tush push.
Don't be mad about it if you can't stop it.
Don't be mad if you can't
you.
Stop it. Yeah, and I know with the video Corey showed us CC about if you can't do it on defense, then you work. But there's a lot of things you can't do on the defense that you can do on the offense. That's why it's the offense is completely different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
right.
So I understand, like, from the I guess from a safety standpoint, but
because you can't push a defensive player into
right.
somebody else. But I say if they make a change, then you just do that. He can't be pushed.
He can't be
Yeah,
pushed. You can still do the
but
play.
you still couldn't stop him. That when they
Right,
weren't
when he
pushing him
just
last year,
yeah.
they just doubled down this year. So we're gonna see if we can get
Definitely
away
ain't
with
stop right.
pushing somebody, put somebody behind him, see if we can push him in. Well, just take that part away. And if nothing else, if you do ban, just go back to the good old fashioned quarterback sneak. You still won't be able to stop them. Those big
Nah, 'cause
linemen that they have, those
I'm
offensive
telling you.
linemen and
And got
tackles,
Jalen Hurts.
you're
He's
not stopping them
he's gonna
anyway.
know where to get it. Now you might get him maybe once, but
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna
Yeah.
use it. They're gonna use it. It's still gonna be efficient as anything that they practice. If you practice something, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But they practice it.
And they've gotten excellent at it. And
it's
don't be
simple,
mad
too.
at them.
It's simple. Everyone else is doing these crazy plays in the red zone. Tush push.
7. That's good for 6 points.
Tush push. Hey, what play? Tush.
Right. Don't even think about it. Or we need a key
Push.
first down.
Right.
That's why they can go for first downs the bulk of the time. Don't have to punt most of the game.
What place? Tush. I didn't even push. It's for the Tush. You know what play we running?
It should just have a picture just with an ass on it.
BBL,
just squeeze it.
It's a BBL. You know what play we running? Tush.
Don't even ask.
Don't even ask me.
All right, so we can keep it moving. So the NFL Players Association released their report cards again this year.
Oh, yeah.
And they give their grades from the dining room, the food, the family treatment, locker room facilities, ownership overall. The number 1 team for the second year in a row, the Miami Dolphins.
Man,
That's crazy.
Must be nice.
I think it's the weather and it just gets sucked into.
And the feeling you get from the sun, that direct sunlight, it feels good.
Blue sky, and you look out, you see the beach.
I bet it is nice though.
It's not.
It probably is nice.
They're putting their money in the right place. The number 2 team for the second year in a row, total opposite, Minnesota Vikings, where it's cold.
I was just thinking, I'm like, what is Minnesota like?
They got nice facilities.
They do.
Did you see who was third? Your Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, okay. We go.
They got A's in 9 of 11 categories. They got A's.
Because I think last year we were like,
they were down there for a little bit.
We had I didn't know if they did is this the ABC ratings? No, that's what never mind. I think that was something else.
They were still down though.
Yeah, we were down.
They weren't third. I do remember.
11 or 12 or something like that. I think we were down.
Mm-hmm.
But number 3,
which means they got the message, they got the memo, and the ownership put the money into the team. My 49ers, they had 6 of 11 A's. They were 8th. I think they were 6th last year, so they might have fallen off. AM and the PM, Dre's Tampa Bay Bucks.
Ooh, I bet
they
Tampa's
were 27th.
Nice. Oh,
yeah. See, I thought so too.
I was saying, I bet Tampa's nice, but
I get where would CC's Saints be if you had to guess? Now they had 3 A's out of 11 categories.
I know the food is probably 1. I know they got some beignets.
I don't remember the food, but their overall ranking.
The overall ranking?
Where would you think it was, especially as poorly as they played? Where do you think the Saints would fall?
Damn, are they 32?
They're 12th. Surprisingly, they were 12th overall.
That don't really surprise me though. I bet the food is good.
The city sucks.
But
I mean, it's a nice city in areas, but
they don't really got professional teams like that, so I could see them putting a lot of money.
They got them and the Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans ain't drawing nobody.
Man, they're not drawing much at all.
Pelicans need to change their name.
Man, they just need to overall. They just need to move to St. Louis and let's bring basketball back in the Lou.
St. Louis. We need to change the name though. I don't like the Pelicans.
Oh no, they couldn't be the St. Louis Pelicans. We would definitely change that. But yeah, I was surprised that they were up so high, and I was surprised that Tampa was rated so poorly.
Damn.
Yep.
I wonder why. I wonder what that is. Shoot. I did so like
Yeah,
probably
you
the
got to go through the categories. I didn't print it
no,
up,
yeah.
but I
No,
just
yeah.
wanted to highlight the main ones that we focus on. And then
Oh, ATL.
one of the things that story that I heard is why the players complain, or not so much complain, or rate their team so low. If you think about in college, you're the big man on campus. Most time the football team is. So they got top-notch facilities. Their workout equipment it was nice. Their locker rooms are nice because you're competing against other schools with NIL these days.
Right.
So they're coming from top-notch facilities, and you go to the pros, you think, oh man, I'm playing for $1 billion franchise. They're going to have nice facilities.
Right.
And a lot of times the owners are just looking to put that money back in their pockets, not into their team. And
Right.
so that's why I think a lot of the times the players are disillusioned, thinking, oh man, I'm going
Right.
to this squad and this city and they're going to take care of me. And I know we're going to have nice facilities, and you get there and it's trash. So, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
No.
interesting how
Mhm.
they grade them. I just always find it funny how teams don't value the families. I think
Yeah.
that's the one that always gets me. Seems like you would definitely want your players to
To
not
feel
have to worry
comfortable.
about their families'
Mhm.
treatment when they get to the stadium. Do we have adequate daycare? If they travel, is everything going to be top notch? That's where I have a hard time.
Mhm.
That and food, man. I'm here at the facility
Those
all
are two
day.
important things.
You can't feed me crap if you want me to play well
At a high level,
at
you
a high
got
level.
family, food, faith. Those are important F's for real. You need the family and the food are just that's near and dear to a person's psyche, heart. If I'm eating good, I'm feeling good. I know I can get a good meal.
Family's taken care of.
Family's taken care of. Okay, my family goes to the food court. They eating good. It's very accommodating. It's a little more comfortable. You're gonna actually get players who are gonna want to stay there and keep playing there. As far as getting people locked in, but yeah, that rating is crazy. But hey, I'm surprised the ATL was rated so high. That's
No,
crazy.
that's good. That's good. They
Glad
made
they're
some
stepping up.
improvements year over
Get
year.
some players there. Shit.
Yeah, yeah. But now that you're putting
Ah,
money into the facilities and everything and getting high ratings,
get some
and but
players.
maybe this does lead to them getting better players when they
Right.
see how the players are treated. They feel
Something.
good about it.
Mm.
Damn, Boston was dominating there. It's 114-110 Cavaliers. 4:26
Damn.
left in the fourth quarter. So Cleveland
It's
came back on them.
yeah. That's a
Came back.
little.
This is a
That'd
you
be a
said
nice series.
what?
You said what?
I hope you didn't say that.
Yeah, I know you ain't said that.
You shouldn't have said that. So this one is going to be, I'll tell you who it is after the fact, or see if you can guess. And I quote, I've always said in the locker room, politics don't have nothing to do with us bonding together to get one thing, which is winning the Super Bowl. But I think it's an experience you get once in a lifetime. Wait 5 years from now and see if a Mickey Ficky invites you to the White House. No. So that's my take, end quote. So this is basically the Eagles decided that they weren't going to the White House to celebrate winning the Super Bowl. And ironically, this is the second time since they won their title a few years back. They didn't go that year either. So this isn't the first time that they declined
Right.
an invitation. But this former player is saying what he just said, that basically they should be going.
So who would say who? I'm guessing who said that.
Who said what? You're trying to guess who said what? This
Let's see.
player ironically did not win a title, by the way. If I remember right. Now, unless he jumped on the bandwagon late and got one, but I don't think he got one any place he went.
Is he on Is he a TV analyst now?
He's a podcaster, I know.
Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hey, surprised
I don't
somebody's
think
trying to get some.
I don't think he's an analyst yet, though.
Okay, so he's a podcaster. Somebody trying to
Mm-hmm.
get some clickbait, some views.
Mm-hmm. But he's gotten kind of famous, surprisingly, kind of taken off with it. Someone I didn't even think would even try to get into this medium.
Oh, you got me.
Adam Pac-Man Jones.
I never would have got that. I've
Right.
been guessing all day. I'm over here thinking like I wouldn't even think of athlete. I was thinking like, damn, podcast. I'm thinking Theo Vaughn or I was gonna say I don't think Pat McAfee gonna get in and say something like that.
But he works with McAfee.
Oh, he does work with
He's
McAfee. He
affiliated with
does. He
McAfee. Yeah.
is. He
I'm gonna
is.
give
He
you
is.
that hint, but I was like, well, he might get it if I do
I can
that.
only think about I can only think because I was thinking about Pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man Jones.
As much trouble as he got into, he's worried about going to the White House. So he thinks it's an honor. And this is one of those, and I made it, put this in parentheses. This is definitely a convo for after midnight for sure. If we ever do that, this would be a topic because for me, I wouldn't want to go. I know people say it's an honor, but if my thought process and my views are on the line with the person that's in the White House, I don't see it being an honor to go.
And probably most of the because when Trump in office in 2018 when they won.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't go that year. They declined.
Yeah, they already know what's up, and it's probably that aspect of it right there, saying that the views doesn't align with my views,
Right.
and some things has been done, said, represented. We're not gonna fake out here like that. I'm not gonna act like I support what you're saying or what you're doing, but you got me up here smiling, shaking your hand, and almost
grinning.
Right, like it's cool or something. No, it's not cool. We're not gonna come. We're not gonna be there. I want to say I hope that's clickbait.
No, I think he meant that, D.
But that's crazy. I don't know that you entitled to your opinion. Maybe it has something to do with him not winning no title or even going there. I think to him it is a honor, no matter who's in there or what's in there. But it's also it's a little bit more, a little deeper than that. It's not just scratching the surface of just it's an honor. You should go. And for people who haven't done that, it would probably be an honor to him. But you got to think a little deeper than that on the social justice side. It is Black History Month. Still.
For a few more hours.
He probably gonna get rid of that. I think they are ready to get rid of that or something.
Yeah, I don't even want to go into it. We'll keep it moving, but yeah, that's what I said. This would make a great
Pac-Man, you said what?
After Pac-Man. You said what?
Those fake dread. Well, does he have real dreads? It look fake.
Oh, the Pac-Man, as much trouble as he got in.
As much as he got torched.
And always in the strip clubs and drunk driving and yeah. Anyway, Pac-Man, we're moving to a little bit of NBA talk, man. I didn't know we'd been on here this long already. We still got quite a bit to go.
Okay, we can fly through it.
Yeah, I do want to cover this one, NBA. Don't look now, but the Detroit Pistons have won 8 in a row.
Okay.
Remember we were talking about them at the beginning of the season. They got off to such a bad start, but they've won 8 in a row, and they're actually moving up in the standings in the Eastern Conference. So,
dang, no, I've been seeing they've been kind of balling. And
yeah, I watched them the other night against. Was that Boston they played? I think it was Boston.
Because they got some young guns on there, and then they were saying they're kind of bringing that mentality of it's not like the bad boys like it was, but they got some players who get in your face, like. So
they got
I think
Cade, Malik Beasley. I saw
Cade Cunningham can ball.
Yeah, he can ball. He was an all-star this year.
He's a hooper.
So they got something good going on, and they got B.J. Bickerstaff, who Cleveland fired, and he went to Detroit, and he's turned that franchise around.
There you go.
Good for him. Luka Doncic faced his former team, the Dallas Mavericks, earlier this week. Posted a triple-double, 19 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists.
Dang, that's a calm triple-double for him.
Yeah, they play tonight. It's an all LA game tonight. Lakers against the Clippers. I think they're moving up in the Western Conference.
The Lakers
are. Yeah, they're getting better.
They are getting a little better.
And most of the analysts I've been hearing say they've got enough talent that if Luka and LeBron can withstand, not sustain any injuries, stay injury free, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
They would still need like a Austin Reeves or somebody to take that. You need that third option and just to.
But that's what I'm looking at, D. They're averaging between the three of them. So LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, they're averaging about 20 points each. And then you got Rui Hachimura. He's playing well. They just don't have a big man on the inside. That's what they're going to be lacking.
Them boys
Against
strong, kind of
OKC.
strong.
OKC's kind of strong and long on the inside.
Pause. And then the rival, the Denver Nuggets. What
Right.
you gonna do with Jokic? Who got Jokic? LeBron, but that's
Who's averaging a triple-double. Who him and Shai Gilgeous now it's almost a pick 'em D for the MVP.
That's crazy.
That's how good Luka. That's how well the Joker's been playing. Nikola Jokic.
Okay,
and like you say, who's going to guard him? But wait, we just say that, but they just shut him down. They held him to what, 9 points? I want to say.
Oh dang! Yeah,
it was less than 10 points.
Yeah, no, they did beat him. Yeah, they did beat him the other night. I think that was Wednesday or Thursday.
It was Saturday night. This past Saturday.
This past Saturday night. Dang, but
you're not gonna do that for 7 games though.
Yeah, that's
you may quiet that man for 1 game. You might even shut him down for 2.
But Luka and them did go all the way to the finals. Him and Kyrie. So
he did have some size too.
They did have that in that paint with Lively, Dinwiddie. They had what's the other dude's name? He was a good enforcer.
I know who you're talking about.
And then with Derrick Jones Jr., they had a nice look. And then also buddy name, dang, who got it? I think him and the baby mama. What was his baby mama? Brittany Renner, baby mama.
Brittany Renner. I know she's the influencer, but I can't think of
PJ Washington. Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, PJ Washington. He was playing pretty well, but okay. I gotta peep some of them Lakers games. They do be a little late, so
yeah, they play tonight after this game, and there's
I'm gonna try to stay up and watch that.
A minute left in this ball game. A couple more topics, real quick. It looks as if Spurs coach Greg Popovich is done for the season. No, he hasn't coached since suffering a stroke in November.
Oh, man.
So, hey, get back as soon as you can, Pop, but get you some rest.
Get you some health, man.
Your main player, Victor Wembanyama, he's out the rest of the year. So you got the rest of the season and off season to rehab and recuperate and get yourself well, but we want to see you back on the sidelines. He's one of my favorite coaches. And then we spoke this one into existence a few weeks ago. We started talking about the inconsistency in the lineup. Joel Embiid has been shut down for the season.
You've been shut down
because of lingering knee issues.
You've been shut down.
We'll skip the rankings this week because I want to move on to another sport, which is the NHL.
Okay,
Alex Ovechkin is climbing closer to Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring mark. It's 894 to 882, so he's 12 away. But listen to this. Gretzky has 1,249 more assists than Ovechkin, 714 more than Ron Francis, who's second all-time. Then in terms of total points, he scored 936 more than Jaromir Jagr. So what I'm trying to say is Ovechkin might catch him in the goals scored, but all around, the great one is still going to be the great one.
Yeah. Honestly, it's the numbers and stuff like that. I think
the numbers.
That's a sport where, of course, people still got Michael. You can't tell nobody nothing, but definitely in NHL, Wayne Gretzky, I don't see nobody as far as, even if Ovechkin gets the record, the numbers don't lie.
That's the only ones he's going to get.
Yeah, because the rest of them, and just how dominant he was too as well, Wayne Gretzky. But I think Ovechkin can get it. How many more games is left?
He's got like 22 games left.
So he's going to have to at least get, that's not bad. You have to get one every one.
If he doesn't get it this season, it's a final 123 Cleveland, Boston 116.
Dang, okay,
so
that's what's
up. They can go 7 games, D.
That'd be a nice series.
Those are the 2 teams to beat in the East.
That'd be a great series right there. That mess around might be foreshadowing right there.
And they just beat them on their own floor. And Boston just beat them on their floor last weekend.
Oh, so it's going to go back and forth.
It's going to go back and forth.
That's a good little series.
Yeah.
That's building up. That's the build-up there.
We're getting into that time of the year. March Madness for the college. And
best time to watch
April, NBA.
Best time to watch.
Now that we mentioned college basketball, we'll breeze through the top 10 for the men's and women's. Auburn is still number 1. Duke jumped back up to number 2. This is the men's. Florida's third. Houston, they clinched a share of the Big 12 conference title. They're fourth. Tennessee's fifth. Alabama's sixth. St. John's is seventh. Michigan State, eight. Iowa State, nine. And Texas Tech is 10th. And your Missouri Tigers are back, ranked 14th.
Okay.
And in the mock seedings, they may be good enough to grab a fourth seed in whichever bracket they're seeded in. So wouldn't that be a shock if they were to go far in the tournament? So this might be one of those Mizzou teams that we latch on to and see how far they can go. And then women's top 10, you got Texas number 1, UCLA 2, Notre Dame 3rd, USC 4, UConn 5. South Carolina, they're still slipping. They're 6th, LSU 7th, North Carolina 8th, NC State 9, and TCU is 10th. So those are your college top 10, men's and women's. A little something on the side.
A little something on the side.
UFC 313 takes place next Saturday, March 8th, with Alex Pereira as the featured main event. He'll take on
I like Pereira.
Magomed Ankalaev.
Magomed
Ankalaev.
I don't know what it is. I became a big Pereira fan.
Yeah, I have too. I think because we saw him so often and he was winning.
And he be fighting.
Yeah, he fights.
Hey, I think, but like as far as like that, man.
And then I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The co-main event is Justin Gaethje is in there. So
nice.
We haven't seen Gaethje in a while.
Since that BMF fight, I think it's been since that BMF fight, him and Max Holloway, where they did the stand in the middle.
Holloway took him out.
Holloway took him out, and honestly, it's good that it's been that long because you got to recover when you get knocked out like. That's a full brain injury.
Right.
You gotta heal, bro. You gotta heal.
Just your psyche too, though. In terms of getting knocked out.
Depression. You know, like it really takes as a fighter and you lose a fight, that's your whole that defeats you just mentally and everything.
Literally defeats you. More than just the loss on your record. It's everything that goes with all the buildup, all the training, everything that you went through to get to that point, only to get your ass beat.
Man,
that's probably not a good feeling. That's not one I'd want to be sitting around thinking about. I think I'd have to get back in there as soon as possible just to get that bad taste out of your mouth.
For real,
man. And then who you predicting on the fight tomorrow night, D? Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach.
Tank.
Yeah, I'm taking Tank.
We're putting out that Roach.
And if I had to put money on it, I'd say after the 8th round. If it doesn't go the distance, it'll be somewhere around 8th or 9th round. Tank could get him. If it doesn't go the distance.
Yeah, I agree on that one. I'm gonna say he gonna like you said about because that's usually when he really I got you now
because he's setting you up like he's setting you up in those earlier rounds.
I'm getting bringing the pace. I'm testing the pace. I'm almost to let you just keep throwing and throwing. Think you in the in the game, in the ring, and then it's when I bring you into some deep water.
Yeah,
now these are the championship boxing rounds. You know what I'm saying? Those last couple rounds, especially, he knows what it takes. He's been under the lights. He performs well. I think it's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, the Barclays Center. Yeah,
yeah. He the lights on.
The boogie down.
The boogie down. I think it's showtime. There's a different anticipation when it goes to that. But I got Gervonta. You already know that's since Floyd for real. Of course I love Bud, but Gervonta's becoming one of my favorite fighters for real.
He's come on to be mine as well. I'm with you on that. All right, and then real quick, Uncle Bill Belichick, UNC Bill, they'll be on the off-season Hard Knocks. It was announced tonight.
They're doing a college version of Hard Knocks?
Because after the Giants messed up last year, no team wants to do the off-season.
Because they got put on blast. They got put on
because all their moves got magnified and under the microscope.
And then that they won the Super Bowl too. And he said, "Hey, don't let them go win
cameras as far away from me as possible."
That's crazy.
But UNC Bill, Uncle Bill, say he wants all the smoke. He wants to. It's good publicity for his college program. So I'm happy
No,
for him.
I love it, and the fact that if they get in some college football, that's gonna be tough.
Mm-hmm.
Like because I'm a football docu series. I love watching like football docu series. Like I'll sit here all day watch a team and they do the inside, all the training. I love watching that type of content. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be tuning in. I'm definitely not no North Carolina fan, but I'm gonna be tuning in though for
Right.
sure.
Exactly. All right. So we got juicy news.
A little juicy news, just a little
All
juicy
right.
news.
Let's get it. And it's powered by Excess Energy
Excess.
Drinks.
Excess energy drink. We'll have to drop the link.
Yeah, drop that link.
We
All
can put it in
right.
the
Yeah, juicy news. Because if you don't
don't
know,
know.
now you know.
Now you know.
Young
Young brother,
brother, young
young
sister,
sister,
young
young
player,
player.
Dwight
Dwight
Howard,
Howard.
P.
Did
Diddy,
a
Porter
family.
family, Cheetah. All right, son, tell us.
Oh, for that juicy news, if you don't know, now you know. It seems the perfect image of King James is starting to come under the fire here lately. There's been a few incidents or just a few allegations with some IG models of them meeting after a game. But notoriously, I don't know if you heard this one, Drew Sidora. She's a Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah,
Uh,
I heard.
yeah, Housewives of Atlanta. So a video is resurfacing back on June. It's an old episode of June 2022 where she said a king of the NBA. I guess they were at a club. Allegedly, they were at like a restaurant. Sent her a drink. Of course, all these have been denied by LeBron and Savannah, but it's just old clips is surfacing now of Drew Sidor actually claiming that they had a relationship. That LeBron cheated on Savannah. Now this is all allegations, but Drew's sister doubled down on it as well. So it's almost like towards they're also saying there's a few allegations that have been that his teams has covered it up because he does have a squeaky clean image and you don't hear nothing about it. There's also other IG models who've gone to the parties that is reported that you got to sign NDAs. Of course, you go to a celebrity's house, you go to 98s, but he has these frequent parties as well. And then also that one clip of him saying ain't no party like a Diddy party. So he was friends with so I hope we ain't hope this doesn't lead to all the closet door opening of all the hush hush because he does have a squeaky clean image and no one's perfect. We all make mistakes
Right.
and stuff like that, but it's crazy to hear now all through the years now he's going towards the end of his career. He's out in LA, so I guess he's in the spotlight more, but just certain things to tarnish his squeaky clean image is starting to come out now. Where sometimes, and this kind of happened with Diddy, as far as these little hints of this little smoke, and then anytime there's smoke, there's fire. So we gonna keep an eye on this, but
Keep an eye on it.
some juicy speculation. But these are all allegations. Of course, LeBron and his family have denied all these allegations. He hasn't really even addressed them to that extent because I'm sure they're very confident in their marriage, which I hope they are, and as well as they should be. But we'll see.
All right. That's that juicy news. Now it's time for our pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props.
Oh, those pops, flops, and props. Who you popping, son?
Pops is gonna go to. It's gonna be the Gervonta Davis Lamont Roach fight. Honestly, Saturday. It's good. March 1st. It's Mardi Gras in St. Louis. You got UFC fight nights on during the day. Prelims start like around 3, going all the way to the main event. Then you got Gervonta Davis.
What's his
So
name?
right after that,
Cape? How was
yeah,
it? Yeah.
Top
That's the
eight.
main event.
That's the main event, but you'll get to watch some UFC during the day. I'm sure there's gonna be some basketball games on,
Warriors play around 6:30
NBA
Saturday
games
night.
on, then
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach kind of cap off the night. So for a sports fan, sports watcher, Saturday is gonna be a lit day. But big pops to that Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach fight. I'm excited.
All right, mine is going to go to St. Louis Blues captain Braden Shin for playing in his 1,000th game earlier this week. Who you flopping, son? Who you flopping?
I'm just gonna go to Joel Embiid. Um, as far as he hasn't really played these past seasons. He's always been injured, and I know it's prone to those, taller athletes with the ligaments and everything like that. They don't stay as healthy, but man, it's almost a flop on the Sixers too because you gave him all that money for. He is an MVP caliber player, but man, he just cannot stay in the lineup, and it's just another season wasted for Joel Embiid, and then it also hinders relationships while you bring Paul George in and things of that nature. So that was a flop to me for Joel Embiid. He has to get healthy. He has to figure something out and get in that lineup. But he's going to have to do something, either lose weight or I don't know what he's going to have to do, but he's going to have to get healthy.
All right. Between the two of them, Joel Embiid and Paul George, they owe them more than $400 million.
Crazy.
It's going to be impossible to trade either one of them. My flop D's can go to the Green Bay Packers for straight squealing like a little eotch to the league about the tush push. They were the team that reportedly went to the league and complained, and they want that play banned. Boo. Figure out how to stop it or adopt one of your own.
Man.
That's what I say. Who you propping, son? Who you propping tonight?
Big props is going to go to Stephen Curry. That was on Wednesday. Was it 227-25? I think that was
last night.
That was Thursday. 56 points, doing his thing. I think he actually has some. What do you think? I think since Jimmy Butler has gotten there, I think he has had like a new resurgence in his game.
They look totally different. They're 7-1 since Jimmy's arrival. He had 12 3-pointers made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you see a resurgence in his game. I think he's
enjoying the game again.
Yeah, and he can actually play freely. Also, props to Maxwell Harrison at a DB out of Kentucky with the NFL Combine. He runs a 4.29.
Oh my!
He was one of the fastest DBs to go this year.
Tell me where to go. Where to go.
That's going to bring some highlight to your name, and that's going to increase your draft stock.
All right, my prop is going to go to DT, Diana Taurasi, for her exemplary WNBA career, 20 seasons.
Yeah.
All those accolades that we highlighted at the beginning of the show. Props to her.
Big props.
Big props. All right, son. We're at that point of the show, of the podcast, where we tell someone to sit your ass down. Man. Sit your ass down. Please. And thank you. Who you telling, son?
So this is an honorable, respectful, sit your ass down. Diana Taurasi gave the game 20 seasons in the WNBA and more seasons in collegiate, the success you've had, the impact that you made for women in basketball. You're a GOAT. You're a GOAT in your sport. And I think that's the ultimate goal. Anytime that you unlace the shoes and leave the shoes on the court, you gave the game all you had. And then you're leaving a legacy to where there's Caitlin Clarks and Angel Reese and Juju's and just a long list of other players to come behind you and just reach that status of success that you laid forth for them. So this is a good sit your ass down, enjoy retirement. I'm sure we're probably going to see a podcast or something, hopefully whatever endeavor you hop into. Much best wishes, but sit your ass down to the GOAT, Diana Taurasi.
That's a good one. And she already has one with Sue Bird. I know they do during the NCAA.
I thought she did, but
I think she has 2 or 3. But I know she has the one with Sue Bird.
I didn't want to misspeak, but yeah, cool.
You did right. But no, that was a good one. Mine is out of respect as well. And it's for Greg Popovich. Sit your ass down, man. Get healthy. Please recuperate from that stroke. I'm glad you were able to go visit the players. They were happy to see you. But we know it's best for you to be out of the limelight, out of the spotlight. Don't have the pressure. Like I said, your number one player, he's out for the season. So that gives you just even more reason. Just sit back, relax, get healthy, because we want to see you back on that sideline, winning more games, building a winner, and hopefully turning that franchise around and making it a title-winning team once again. Greg Popovich, we want to see you back healthy on the sidelines. Sit your ass down. It don't always have to be a negative sit your ass down. Sometimes we want you to sit down for your own good
Yeah,
health, or because you've done so much already, it's time
go.
to sit down.
Sometimes it's nice when you work all day and you up on your feet all day. Don't it feel good just to sit your ass down?
And then lay your ass down.
Right. Well, I'm gonna lay my ass
But
down.
sit that ass down.
I'm gonna
All
sit my
right,
ass
son,
down.
man. We went through a lot again tonight. And as usual, man, it's just good to be on here
Yep.
talking sports.
Let's do it.
Don't forget your merch.
Don't forget your
This
merch.
is
Don't
our
forget your merch.
NCAA when them boys kind of strong on the inside, and then the new and improved when the D's
New
rocking
logo.
tonight. That's nice.
That's what
Going
I'm
and
talking about.
growing,
We're
folks.
going and going, man. Going
Going
and
and
growing.
growing. We
Yes, support.
appreciate you all for listening to us. As always, thank you for listening to the Me and D
Pops and Son
podcast.
for that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass. No
For
Diddy.
that ass. No Diddy. D, tell them.
But until next time. I'm a holla.